Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Marilyn with Fabulous Designs on a Budget. And today I'm participating in the open collaboration, the One Pot Meal Challenge, being hosted by Stephanie of Creatively Miss Me and Wani of Wani's House. So for this collab, we are to simply prepare a meal or an appetizer all in one pot. Now I'm going to be creating my meal in my crock pot, and I'm going to be preparing chicken, rice, and vegetables. So I will have my vegetable, my starch, and my protein. So if you want to see what I'm going to create, keep watching. So you can see here in my kitchen area on my counter, right here, I have my crock pot, and I already started it and I warmed it up. I have my chicken thighs here that I already cleaned and seasoned them. So for seasonings, I'm going to be using the Tones Sweet and Spicy, which is one of my husband's favorite seasonings, as well as his special mix. I've used and showed this before in a video. He will not tell me what's in this mix, but whatever's in here, when he puts it on the meats, it turns out really good. I'm going to be using a bag of a bag of mixed vegetables. I'm going to be using the brown basmati rice because we are starting to eat healthier, and this is the long grain basmati rice. Now the recipe calls for water, but instead of water, I'm going to be using the fat-free chicken broth because it will give your meal more flavor if you add that instead of water. And then afterwards, when the meal's all done, I'm going to open up a can of low sodium cream of chicken soup, heat that, and use that for a gravy mixture. So you're going to want to start out by adding 2 cups of your chicken broth, and I just shook that up. So you're going to add 2 cups of that into the crock pot. And once you get all this into the pot, you're going to want to stir it. Oh, wait, I forgot my spoon. Always forget one item. So then you're going to add 2 cups of the rice. Now you can use any rice that you want. Again, we're trying to eat healthy, so we're using the basmati long grain brown rice. You want to make sure that you got 2 cups. And just add that in. Now as this is cooking, if you want to check it about maybe an hour and a half, if it looks like it's a little dry, which it shouldn't be, you can add a little bit more juice to it, but the juices from the chicken and from the vegetables should do it. So then you're going to add 2 cups of the vegetables. You can use fresh or frozen. I'm going to be using frozen for the sake of time, and I'm going to use 2 cups. And actually the bag is about 2 cups. Not counting the ones that I spilled all over the counter. And you're also going to want to be using some chicken bouillon cubes for extra flavor. So I'm going to add those into, again, you do not have to preheat your crock pot I just like to preheat mine ahead of time. You can actually just dump and go. But I like for mine to be already warm. So this is a challenge that Stephanie and Wani post yearly. So you want to get that all nice and stirred. And I'll show you what it looks like once I get everything in there. Now see, to me it looks like it needs just a little bit more juice, but I'm not going to add any. And my hands are clean. The chicken is clean. I put everything in so I can add the chicken in last. And then you're just going to, okay, I need a little bit more seasoning on that side of the chicken breast. Then you're just going to layer your chicken. And again, I will show you what this looks like inside of the crock pot. You're just going to layer your chicken in there. That's the great thing. You can just put everything in your crock pot and look at me stumbling over my words. Put everything in your crock pot, sit back, relax, cook that meal. Now I'm cooking this meal and it is for lunch and dinner for Thursday. And I'm going to wash my hands. Grab a piece of paper towel. I always wash my hands whenever I'm touching chicken. Now some of the pieces that did not get any seasoning, you can just add a little bit more extra seasoning on there. That should do it. His special mix. So that's it. You put everything in your crock pot, set it to high. I'm going to set the timer on the stove for 2 hours. Then I'm going to come back and check it. Now it says cook it for 4 hours on high, but me, the last time that I made this, I believe I only cooked it for 3 hours and it came out just perfect. So this is what the chicken looks like in the crock pot with the vegetables underneath. I probably should have gave you a visual of the vegetables and the rice with the broth. It's all going to be all mixed together. If you want, you can try to separate it. It's going to be kind of hard to do. Put your veggies on one side and your rice on another side. But I don't know how that would work out for you. So here we go, and I'm going to add the lid and get this sucker cooking. So the lid is on tight. Everything's in there cooking. I'm going to go and set the timer. Then I'm going to sit down and relax. So right here, I'm just going to set the timer. Let's see how far this timer will go. I've never sat it for that many hours. Let's see if I can take it up to 3 hours. There we go. Well, it's 3:10. So the timer is set. It's starting, and I will show you guys the completed meal when it's all done. So here is the finished dish. I'm going to put some on a plate and let you see what it looks like. Here's the finished crock pot, one pot meal challenge. I have my basmati long grain brown rice, my mixed vegetables, and my chicken. Now I like to mix my veggies in with my rice and add a little bit of soy sauce just to give it that extra little kick. So let's cut into this chicken and see what it tastes like. So the chicken is done. Let's see how tender it is. That's pretty good. Let's see the rice. The rice is nice and fluffy. Veggies, nice and moist. Not overcooked. Perfect texture. So this is my one pot crock pot meal, and it's delicious. I'm loving it. So I'm going to leave the recipe. It's very simple and easy in the description box. Thanks Stephanie and Wani for hosting the One Pot Challenge. Thanks everyone that subscribed. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. And bye.